Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today on the Doctor's Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the spell Freezing Sphere, or Luke's Freezing Sphere, whatever you want to call it. We're giving this a D+. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I've got another video coming out. All right. We're giving this one a D+. This is another one of these 6th-level spells that doesn't really equate to a 6th-level spell or doesn't really equal the power level of other 6th-level spells. So it is a 6th-level spell that is usable only by wizards. That's another reason why I'm giving it a D+. That brings the grade down, because why can't sorcerers use this, like storm sorcerers or something like that? I don't get that. Maybe warlocks as well. 6th level spell, 1 action, has a range of 300 feet. That is a great range, but very rarely will you ever need to hit something that is 300 feet away. That's extremely situational. Most combats are within 100 feet. Your maps that you've got are not that big, so very rarely you're ever going to need that. It has a radius of 60 feet. Again, that's great. It's a really big radius explosion, but I mean, for the most part, a 20-foot radius is going to capture just about everything that you want. The maps are just not that big. That's 120 foot wide. Maps are not just that big, and you just won't have a need for this 99% of the time. Verbal, somatic, and material component, which is worthless. So you create a frigid globe of energy that streaks from your finger to a point of your choice within range where it explodes, 60-foot radius. Con save, why? I guess everything that has cold in it is a con save. So not sure why that is, but it's an explosion and you're resisting it with your toughness, apparently, which is different than resisting heat from a fireball, which is a dex save. So, okay. And con saves just are, in general, are not great saves for players anyway. So on a failed save, the creature takes 10d6 damage, and on a successful save, half as much damage. Again, 10d6 for a 6th level spell, even with the little extra things that it does not equal the power level of a 6th level spell. So if the globe strikes water or a liquid that is principally water, it freezes, so you can't throw this at a creature like a water elemental. It says it right there. It freezes the liquid to a depth of 6 inches over a 30-foot square. Not sure why it doesn't do the full 60 feet. The ice lasts for a minute. Creatures that were swimming are trapped, and they can make a strength check against your spell DC to get free. I guess that's okay, but again, that's super situational. 90% of your combats are not going to be in water. So, unless you're playing a water campaign, then this might actually be worth it. You can refrain from firing the globe after creating it if you wish. A small globe about the size of a sling stone, cool to the touch, appears in your hand. You or any creature you give the globe to can throw it to a range of 40 feet. So it's not 300 feet, it's 40 feet, or hurl it with a sling, which is, according to the sling's normal range. It shatters. So, again, it shatters on impact with the same effect as the normal casting of the spell. So if you can only throw that thing 40 feet and it's got a 60-foot radius, guess what's going to happen? You're taking damage. You can also set the globe down without shattering it. After a minute, the globe hasn't already shattered. It explodes, and then you can upcast this for more damage. So you really use a sling. Let's take a look at that. You really need to use a sling. And what is the sling's long range? Sling long range is 120 feet. So you don't really need to hit, but you do need to throw it, and you need to get it farther than 60 feet, or you're going to be making a saving throw. It is an evocation spell, so an evoker wizard can exclude people from it, helping them make their saves. So, and it is half damage on a successful save, so you would take no damage. So my big contention with this is its comparison to Fireball. If you are going to cast the spell simply to do damage, you're better off just casting a Fireball or upcasting a Fireball. Fireball is a 3rd level spell. It starts out at 8d6 damage, which means if you cast this as a 5th level spell, it does just as much damage as Freezing Sphere, and it's going to hit what you want it to hit, and it's going to encapture whatever you want to encapture in the ball of fire itself. It's a 20-foot radius, 150 feet. Like I said, most of the maps and most of the encounters that you're going to be in are not going to be at 300 feet with a 60-foot radius. Just not going to happen. So, and if you were to upcast this to 6th level, it would be doing 11d6 damage. So it's actually going to do, on average, more than the Freezing Sphere. Again, I think if they change this to a con save, from a con save to a dex save, if this were 11d6 damage, and maybe make this 150 feet with a 30-foot radius, and then keep this part and keep this part, maybe it's a 6th level spell, maybe. That might make it worth it. Otherwise, the way it is right now, it's a step up from Fireball, and it's maybe a 5th at the most, pushing it. But I don't necessarily see this as being a 6th level spell. That's pretty much why I'm giving it a D+. There are many other 6th level spells that I would choose as a wizard to cast other than this one because of all of its flaws. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.